The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is brought to you by the host of the program, who is solely responsible for its content.
Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
This is the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Good morning. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with my husband, fellow realtor Pat Savani.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you today?
Excellent. How are you?
Very good.
We have, for the second week in a row, Beth Rundell, owner of Keystone Fabric. Hello.
Hi. Nice to be back.
Thank you for being with us.
My pleasure.
We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., where we cover many real estate topics. We've been listing, selling, and appraising real estate for nearly 50 years.
50 years. Oh, my goodness. During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com, or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you're at jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab. You know, that webcam's been up there for 7 years, but it's in a different place now. And we got a great view of Dunmore Corners. You can see what's going on, and no matter what the weather is.
Look us up on social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. And view our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows. And you can do that on your phone, mobile-friendly, jruddy.com, JRUDDY.com. And if Beth says something that's really interesting and you want to go back and hear it again, you go to jruddy.com, click the archive radio shows tab, and you can listen to Beth all over again.
That's right. And that should be there by the day it should be there today.
Okay. Beth Rundell, owner of Keystone Fabric. Where are you located? What do you do? And how does someone get in touch with you, please?
We have a great, convenient location pretty much for everybody in the Scranton area, 1521 North Main and the old Scranton Junior High, which is now the Goodwill Apartments. I have a little parking lot there, so it's really easy. Just swing right in. We're on the first floor. You can call me, 955-5385. Visit our website, keystonefabrics.net. And there's just tons of information about the types of things that we do and how you can get pricing information and so on. We do custom reupholstering, window treatments, shades, and shutters. I also sell wallpaper. I have a nice selection of T-bow wallpaper.
Are people doing wallpaper these days? Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
did not even hesitate?
Nope. Some
older,
people,
younger, mixed?
Really a mix. There's a lot of people doing feature walls or below a chair rail. I believe that's the most popular application.
Right. And she's got a 5,000 square foot showroom that you can't believe. You walk into it and you go, wow, where am I? This place is beautiful.
I have to admit, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Well, a lot of times people know that they need to do something but don't know where to start. And I mean, if I was in that position, you suggested this last week on the show, go to your showroom.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, I get a lot of calls with it. I have a project, whether it be a window project or a upholstering project. I don't know how to do this, how to start, especially window projects can be. I mean, if you have a piece of furniture, you have a piece of furniture. But with windows, a lot of times people don't know what to do. So I always tell them, if you can, the first thing to do is to come in to the store and I can show you all the different types of window treatments that you can do. I have dozens of valances on display, different styles, different types of every type of Roman shade that you can have. You wouldn't know this, but there's like 6 different types that you can do. And they're all on display. I have all the different types of draperies that you can do. Every pleat style known to man is on display at my store. So you can come in and get an idea, get started by getting a couple of ideas there. Usually the next step is for me to arrange my seamstress, Helen Peel. I want to give a shout out to her. She's fabulous. She does most of my custom window treatments by hand. The next step would be for her to make a visit to your home. And within a few minutes of being in your home, she can narrow your choices down even more for you. What can you do on this window, right? There's usually certain things you can do and many things that you can't do. So that helps a lot. She makes suggestions as to what to do. depending on what your style is, what you kind of like and want and need. Sometimes you need just decoration. Sometimes you need privacy. Sometimes, there might be a variety. You might need to open and close your draperies. Other people just want them to hang there and look nice. So we figure all that out. You might need a layered treatment, which would be something like a sheer and then a valance and a drapery. So that's a whole bunch of stuff. You might need that. You might need just something as simple as I have to say the trend right now is something simple as a shade of some sort with stationary drapery panels flanking the shade. And that usually goes from floor to ceiling, makes the room look the best. It lengthens the room and it softens the edges of the window. All right. It doesn't open and close. It just sits there, and there are
It's a little something. It's just to give it some.
And believe it or not, it's
punch.
not that expensive. People think, the word drapery comes to mind like, oh, that's a lot of money. It's actually not. It's only 6 yards of fabric for one window. It's not that much money. And there's so many interesting pleat styles to choose from that you can personalize it to your taste and make it kind of different if you want. We have all kinds of ideas. We've done some really cool things for people that wanted to try something different, a little bit outside the box. So anyway, she would do that. And then a lot of times when Helen's at a person's house, she gets an idea of what their colors are, what their style is. She comes back to my store, and the two of us put our heads together to pull fabrics that this customer might like, to narrow it down. Because people are often quickly overwhelmed by the selection. All the time, I've had people literally walk into my store and stop in their tracks and say, oh my God, this is too much.
I know what I want in life, and I walked into your store and I felt that way.
Right. I understand that. I understand that every customer probably feels that way. They feel nervous about the whole process. So we try to eliminate that for you.
Is there a right way or a wrong way, Beth, to hang?
Yes. Okay,
curtains,
and that's why I have a team of professional installers. Whole bunch of people that this is all they do. And they've done it many, many, many times before, and they know just how to do it. So there is a right and a wrong way to install your draperies. Most times people do it way too low. And generally, I'll give you a little hint. The drapery should be hung at least 4 inches above your molding, at least. You never hang it at the molding.
We've done it wrong.
Yeah, but corrected it.
Okay.
When we first got into the house, we had no idea.
Oh, we don't know what we were doing.
And plus, it should go out 4 inches outside the side of your molding. All right, so there's the 4 and 4 rule. That's minimum. But most people nowadays are taking it all the way up to the ceiling to lengthen the room. But you certainly don't have to. And, everybody's different. Every case is different.
Right. So is there a way that you can mix different types of fabrics in a room?
Yes,
together?
absolutely. And that really is what makes a room feel like home and is interesting. And one that other people will walk into and say, wow, this is really a great place to be. Yes, this is another thing I show in my showroom. I always tell people, because they always think that things have to match perfect and can't do too many patterns and everything. Well, I put them in any place in my showroom, and I tell them to look around. And in any one place, you can count 15 different patterns.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. You can mix patterns. You should mix patterns. You have to vary the size of the scale of the fabric, big patterns with little patterns. I always say there should be a little black in every room somewhere. An animal print is really fun to throw in there somewhere. On a pillow, on an ottoman, something somewhere, on a, stool. Those are really fun. And kind of lighten up the mood of the room. Don't be so serious, people. Have some fun with your home decor. And not everything has to be there forever. For instance, a pillow, you can use it for a couple of weeks and get another pillow. I'm not...
What a concept. We don't have to keep them forever? I've never heard of such a thing.
And you move things around a little bit. play. You have to. I often tell that some customers come in and they're just dead serious. And I try to tell them, just try to come in here with a little, a light heart, a playful attitude. You have to have fun while you're doing this, or it's going to be a miserable experience. But again, Helen and I try to take all this, as much on ourselves to help people as we can. You don't have to go digging around through all my fabric sample books. Usually, after she goes to a person's house, I'll pull out 5 or 6 different excellent options that we think will work best for this customer. And that's a lot easier when you come in and you have to decide amongst 5 different fabrics.
Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to 500.
Exactly. And if those don't work, then we go back to the drawing board. In fact, today I'm going to a customer's house. I went to their house the other day. I looked at their home decor. I saw exactly what they want and need. And today I'm going to take a bag full of sample books. I got maybe 7 sample books in the bag. And that's what we're going to look at. And all they have to do is say yes or no. They like it or they don't. But I'll tell you, it will. These are samples and fabrics that could work based on my expertise and what would go in their room with their other things. So it really helps them a lot. They don't even have to come to my store. These people haven't walked into my store. So that's another option. You don't have to if you don't want to. I will come to your house. Or Helen will come to your house. I always hear from people. I want you all to rest assured out there. Most people say to us after everything's done, I can't believe how easy this was.
You make it easy. I'm listening to you. You make it simple.
We really do.
You really do.
We know what we're doing. I have all professionals that I work with, and we can get it done. And
you've been doing it for a decade, and if you don't know now, you never will, right?
Right.
So you have this, and it doesn't have to cost a fortune.
No. And we really like to know what if they want to tell us what their budget is right up front, we tell them, you can do this or you can't do this. Real easy thing to do that I want people to know about is these cordless Roman shades. Easy, nice, simple. Okay, and it's a good way to get a splash of color on your windows. I have a selection of fabrics that you can pick out, and it's a really, really easy way to update your room without much effort or expense. It's they come in 10 days. Cordless. And
Roman you install
shades.
them.
Yes,
and
we install them.
Telling me about the guy who had them done, and what did he do?
I had another guy. Now, I sell Hunter Douglas products, and I have a big Hunter Douglas display area in my shop as well, so you can see all of their products. One of their most popular products are the motorized shades.
That don't need electricity.
That's right.
They're cordless.
And you
don't have to charge them.
You stand there with your remote control or your phone. You can operate them either way. This guy, we programmed them to his phone.
And you lose your phone, and then what do? You
know what? They can go up and down when you're not even there. You program them. He's out of town a lot, and so they close, at night and open during the day. They go up halfway. You can program them anyway. But anyway, after he got them in his bedroom, he was so delighted that he sent me a video of them operating, and it was like dun 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 dun, and they went up. Dun 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 dun, and they opened. It's really funny. He was just thrilled. But
that's a happy customer.
Yep.
All right, good. So if you have a lot of windows.
Yeah.
In your home.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most affordable window treatment?
Okay, one that I'm doing a lot lately are roller shades. Now, these are not the icky, ugly, plain Jane roller shades of your youth. Okay, they have really advanced, and they are really nice, clean looking. They're textured. They're really nice, and they're really inexpensive. Some of them come with a cassette over the head rail so that you don't see the ugly mechanism. And you can operate with a cord or cordless. So those are really popular. You can get these solar screens that you can actually see through. So you want to just diffuse the light. Say you're on the south side of your house or something, and the sun beats down, but you've got a great view. You use these solar shades. You can see through them.
Oh.
I do a lot of these at lake properties.
Sure.
In fact, Friday we're installing a whole bunch up at Lake Winola for a guy. So he can still see the lake, but not so bright. These are solar shades.
And people can't see in.
Right. And people can't see in. Right.
That's what we like, privacy.
Right. So those are very affordable, and cellular shades are still very affordable, and those are awesome.
What's a cellular shade?
Cellular shades, pleated shades, some people call them. They're sort of accordion shades.
Oh, okay.
People call them different things. And those are great if you have drafty windows.
I was just going to ask you for old drafty windows. Okay,
That's
good.
what I recommend for those, because they help keep the cold out or the heat out. And those cordless shades are fantastic. Sell lots of those, and they're not too much money either. So there's really a huge selection in window shading anymore. And again, where would you find examples of all these shades in Scranton?
Your store.
Your store, your 5,000 square foot store.
Yep, everything is on display there.
Which is located on North Main Avenue. What's the number?
1521.
1521. Mm-hmm. Now,
and if somebody mentions the radio show, do they get a discount on your fabrics?
20% off shades, 20% off fabrics.
Wow.
Nice. That's a nice
I'm coming
special.
in. I heard the radio show. I heard it 2 weeks. Do I get twice then?
I wish.
Now, if you have really high windows, what do you suggest for that?
Yeah, so really high windows, you pretty much have to do motorized shades. Or you do a shade that's fixed all the time, either open or closed or something. But that can be a challenge, because a lot of the new construction nowadays have 2-story foyers and 2-story family rooms, so it can be a challenge what to do on those things. But if you don't know what to do, give us a call, because that's our specialty.
And what's your number?
955-5385.
And your website?
It is KeystoneFabrics.net.
Thank you. We're headed towards a break. Before we go, Pat?
Yes, we have a 1-bedroom bungalow that would be perfect for the first-time home buyer or a single guy or girl. That's a 1-bedroom home at 2409 Shawnee Avenue in Scranton for only $54,000. This home has a low-maintenance yard. It's got a 1-car garage. It's got plenty of off-street parking. It's very nice. It's got newer hardwood floors in the dining and living room, newer windows, updated electrical and plumbing. It's got a newer newer water heater and gas furnace, and it's got a full-size basement with high ceilings. You could live here with a total mortgage and taxes of less than $500 a year. You could be the homeowner, stop paying the landlord. Take a look at 2409 Shawnee Avenue in Scranton for only $54,000, and that's listed by Gail Lewis of our office.
And just a couple more weeks on our community outreach call to action that we've been doing from January till the end of March. We're collecting non-perishable food items along with some basic hygiene products and also hats, socks, and gloves. We've already taken a few trips to our area pantry at a local church. And anyone who participates by dropping off these items to our office, which is located at 111 West Drinker Street in Dunmore, you will be eligible to win a $50 gift certificate to Sibio's Restaurant, which is also in Dunmore. So we love to reward the generous, kind, giving people of our community. So remember to stop by. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. We'll be right back after a very brief break. In today's real estate market, there's no doubt buying and selling a home is complicated. It can be thrilling and exciting too. Hi, I'm Jackie Ruddy from Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. And when it comes to real estate, you need to be confident you're making the right decisions. I am confident we have what it takes to help you Make those right decisions. Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate has been helping buyers and sellers for over 40 years. So we've invested the time to know and understand the market. We're great listeners, skilled negotiators, and we focus on every detail, giving you the highest level of service. Call Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate today, 344-6724, or visit jready.com. Plus, tune in to the Real Estate Roundtable every Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. on 94.3 FM The Talker. Don't go it alone. Call 344-6724 for Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. We're back with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with my husband, fellow realtor Pat Devaney.
And we're back with a very enthusiastic guest.
Beth Rundell, owner of Keystone Fabric.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hi, nice to be back.
Nice to have you back, and we're having a great discussion with you. Mm-hmm. Tell me, it's very interesting. On break, we were talking. This was not your career choice.
No.
Okay, but you've been doing this for a decade.
I just couldn't help it. I always feel like home decor is just it's almost like a disease.
Good disease.
Yeah,
there is such a thing.
It's something that I've always loved doing, and just kind of did my friends' houses, my own houses as I went through life. And then I had this wonderful opportunity with Keystone Upholstering to renovate the first floor of their building and open up Keystone Fabrics. And I'm just a firm believer that it really matters, the environment that you go home to every day. You spend a lot of time there, and it affects you whether you think so or not. And I want people to love their rooms. I want them to love where they live and feel comfortable when they go home. Life is tough. We're all dealing with tough stuff. And when you go home, you need to feel like you're home. Comforted and where you belong.
Right.
And where you have things that make you feel good. So that's what I help with.
Well, we go into a lot of homes, and there's some homes that I walk into that are very stark.
Yeah.
Like white and no curtains.
Right.
Very institutional.
Yep.
And you're like, okay.
Not comfortable.
Right, exactly.
Not warm and comfortable and inviting and where you want to be.
Right.
All right. So, but that's what we can do with Keystone Fabrics.
And for not a ton of money.
Right. Absolutely. Everybody's got a budget, and we understand it. I want to just give a shout out to all the people that I work with that I love so much and that are a part of the team, because I really view it as a team effort. We all work together very well in the upholstering business. Matt and Ray and Nathan and Gary, they are hard workers, true professionals, the best people you'd ever want to meet and work with. And Helen, my seamstress, Tom, Ken, John, they're the installers. Helen's my seamstress. They're wonderful as well. And we work with all different types of people. Some are a little bit, ornery occasionally, when we come to install at their house. But it's we've been through it all. We love these people. And usually by the time we leave, they're just thrilled. And I should have done this earlier type of comments.
So you deal with the fabric end of it and the fabric selection of it and window treatments. And before the break, we were talking about the what-if scenarios.
Right.
And so I want to ask about what kind of window treatment can be used for sliding glass doors.
Oh, right. I get that question a lot. That's a very good question, because a lot of people think all you can do is vertical blinds.
Right.
I do a lot of, we do those, but we replace those mostly. My recommendation is a sliding drapery treatment. And there are two types that you can do there: a ripple fold, which is a more contemporary look, or you can do a pleated drapery. I have this incredible hardware that we use for that, and the draperies attach into this hardware in certain ways that you don't need to know about. But anyway, the point of it is they slide just so beautifully.
From left to right, not from up and down.
Any way you want it.
Really?
You can open it. There's what they call the center draw, where it can open from the middle outwards, or you can pull it to the right or pull it to the left. Whatever you want or whatever your wall dictates. Most of the time, I would have to say these go one direction and hang on one side, so you can open the door on the other side. But these are just beautifully, that hardware system took a while to discover it. But now it's what I recommend for this type of product. It's narrow, streamlined, inexpensive, and it works beautifully.
Can shades, draperies be repaired or refurbished?
No, usually not. Shades usually can't. If the cord, I get a lot of calls about this too. If the cords are broken or the fabric's delaminating or something like that, it just can't be repaired. You just have to replace it. They don't last forever. The sun beating down and so on. Occasionally, we'll resew draperies, lengthen them or shorten them. Sometimes we take, draperies, make them into valances. We do a little bit of that, alterations. But sitting in the sun like this, it just wears down fabrics. Same with upholstering fabrics. The sun is very damaging.
Yes, right.
So, but just about the other thing I want people to know, it doesn't matter what shape your furniture is in. Okay, don't worry if a spring is sticking out or a frame is broken or even a piece of the frame is off. We can usually fix that. So,
what other kinds of considerations are there in determining what kind of window treatment to use?
Okay, like if you have a radiator below your window, that's a big consideration. It's against the law to have anything more than 6 inches close to an electric radiator. So we have to look at what's below your window. And the other thing is how much depth you have, what type of window frame you have, and how much depth you have in the molding in order to mount shades. That might determine what type of window treatment that you get. Because usually outside mount shades are not as attractive as inside mount shades. So we would advise you in that way as well. We would just have to take a look at that and see how much room you have for a particular product.
With us today is Beth Rundell, owner of Keystone Fabrics. And how does someone come see you, call you?
It's very easy. You can start with an email if you just want to get your feet wet, info@keystonefabrics.net. You can send us a picture of your furniture. We can price it just by seeing a picture. You can call 955-5385. You can just stop in 1521 North Main Ave in Scranton, North Scranton.
And your hours are?
9 to 4:30 Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4 on Friday, and 9:30 to 1 on Saturday. I apologize for the kind of kooky hours. I know it's sometimes hard for people to get there, but this is a one-person show. It's me that runs that place and pretty much me alone. So I just,
You can't call in sick.
I have other things I have to do occasionally.
Occasionally, you're allowed. Occasionally,
yeah.
Right? Okay, Beth Rundell, we really enjoyed our discussion with you 2 weeks in a row. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Really enjoyed it.
Great, Pat.
Yes, we have 4 building lots that are sold together, and it's got 320 feet of road frontage by 155 feet deep. It's at Iroquois Path in Goldsboro inside the Pocono Ranchette development for $38,000. This property is inside. It's a non-gated community. Now, on this property, there's a 24 by 24 garage and another 14 by 30 garage. It has well and septic. This community is golf cart friendly, and it's close to 380, 84, and 80. There's plenty of state game lands nearby, and there's also a pool available at the sister property of Indian Country Campsites. That's over 1 acre of land with two garages with well and septic at 30 Iroquois Path in Goldsboro for only $38,000, and that's listed by Connie Seagraves of our office.
Thank you, Pat. And I have a list of the most fun cities in America.
Scranton?
I don't think they made the list.
Sorry.
But did you know that the average American spends nearly $3,000 on entertainment a year? Okay. So some people like to go to new restaurants.
That's me.
Some others like to go to theme parks and ride roller coasters, and others like video games or going to the movies. Some people like sports, right? Okay, so everybody has a different idea. This survey that was conducted defines it as one that offers the biggest variety of cost-effective options. I don't think there's going to be any surprises on this list. Number 1, what would you think? Guess.
Orlando.
No. That's number 2.
Oh, sorry.
Number 1, Las Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. I should have known.
Number 2 is Orlando. Number 3, Beth, you want to take a crack?
Oh, boy, I don't know.
It's a
New
city
York.
that we all love. Right. New York,
Okay,
New York.
sure.
Okay. 4, Miami. 5, Chicago. 6, Atlanta. 7 San Francisco, 8 Portland, 9 San Diego, and number 10,
L.A.?
you got it, Los Angeles.
I didn't see the list
You
either.
were waiting for that, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
You thought I was going to say LA up in the higher numbers, right?
Right.
Okay. We're out of time. Thanks for joining the Real Estate Roundtable. Remember to tune in next Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. to listen to more of the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker.